What's going on, guys? So, interesting video, and you guys already clicked on the video, so you already know what it is. And I commented on one of Jason Blaha's videos. Now, donate, I actually enjoy the guy's content on his current events. And he actually has some decent training advice. That is my opinion. You guys are entitled to believe whatever you want. And the only reason that I'm saying this is because the guy actually understands how to get big for an actual lifter. And whether he does it himself or not is irrelevant. He posts all his training anyway. But my thing is that his whole mindset about get as strong as you can is what I've been trying to get across to you guys forever. Overall strength. Because I have so many guys, you guys are out there and you're messaging me, why do I still have a small chest? Why do I still have small arms? Why do I have small legs? All this stuff. And I'm like, well, what do you deadlift? I don't do deadlifts. What do you squat? I don't, like, people will tell me like 250. Like, well, that's why you have small legs. It's really not complicated. Or why do you have small arms? They train arms all the time. Well, what do you bench press? What can you row? They're like, well, I can bench press 185 and I can row a plate. Well, that's why you have small arms. Like, that's kind of why I like watching his videos. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I commented on one of his videos and about replacing the deadlift with the pen lay row, which you guys have seen in my recent videos. I've been doing a lot of pen lay rows, very heavy, working up to like 365 pounds. And I asked him his opinion, and he responded. And he was like, honestly, if you can pen lay row 365, your back is not the issue for your deadlift. And I kind of already knew this information in the back of my head. I think it's probably my legs and glutes, because my back is strong. I mean, I can do an above the knee rack pull, which is a kind of a pointless lift, I know, but it's sometimes just fun to do, with 900 pounds. So the lockout portion of the deadlift I kind of already knew wasn't my issue, but continuing to train the deadlift all the time, obviously you should get stronger overall. And then on top of that, I thought pen lay rows would be very useful because you're still pulling from the floor. So if I can do pen lay rows, let's say I get my pen lay row up to 450, like there's no way I can't deadlift 600. Which, I mean, is probably true. If I get my pen lay row to 450, that's kind of where my mindset was. And then then he prompted me, I did a little bit more research. So, and he told me it was probably my posterior chain is the issue, not my back strength. Which was actually decent advice, because if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know I have stupidly tight glutes and hamstrings. Like, to the point that it's preventing me from doing heavy deadlifts for periods of time. And on top of that, my legs, my squat at 375 pounds probably is an issue there too, because have power coming off the floor. So what I'm going to start doing, as it was actually good advice, and that's what I want to say, is that he actually made me think for a second and realize that, yes, getting my pen lay row to 450 pounds, no shit, will get me to a 600 pound deadlift, right? I think everybody can kind of figure that out in their head. But is there a more efficient way to get there? And the answer is yes. So I'm doing deadlifts. I did deadlifting last night, and honestly, 5 plates felt heavy again. So, like, obviously the issue is not my back. It's my glutes hurt, my leg. Like, that's kind of the issue. So I'm gonna be squatting on an actual program. Which, believe it or not, I'm gonna say I'm probably still a novice. Not novice, but I'm an intermediate lifter when it comes to my lower body. Not a novice by any means, but like I'd probably say I'm an intermediate. I'm definitely not an advanced lifter when it comes to squat. So, what does that mean? I'm going to do 3 squat workouts a week. I'm not going to squat every day because I realize it's probably dumb and I'll probably end up hurting myself. So, I'm going to do a real 5x5 I'm going to do a real 5x5, which I'm going to work on getting stronger. I want to get my 5x5. I'm going to start right now. Let's say I can do 315 for 5 sets of 5. I want to be able to do 365 for a 5x5. That is my goal. It's going to be it's going to take a few months. It's not going to happen overnight. 365 for a 5x5. That's what I'd like to be able to do. That's actually pretty freaking aggressive. Anyway, yeah. Screw it. Let's go with that. 365 for a 5x5 in the next year. let's go with that. I want 315 for a 5x5 is like what I want to kind of get in the next couple weeks. I'm pretty sure I can almost do that now, to be honest. But I don't know. I've never tried it, so we're gonna go in to the gym tonight and give this a try. See what I can do. How many sets of 5 I can do with 315, pretty much. And that's gonna be my starting point. So I'm not gonna start with anything less than 315. It's like if I get 2 sets of 5, a set of 2 sets of 4, and a set of 3, I'm sticking with 315 until I get 5 sets of 5, because that's just my mentality. There's no reason for me to squatting anything under 315 pounds. So that's what I'm going to do. On Wednesdays, so today's Wednesday, sorry. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to do a 5x5. Fridays, I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be pyramiding up to a heavy set of max reps with 315. So as many reps as I can possibly do, just one set, because I'm not going to be training legs that day. And Mondays I'm going to be working up to a 1 rep max. So I'm going to have this style of training, but every week I'm going to rotate the 5x5. So like the Monday, I should just write this stuff down. But anyway, so that's kind of how it's going to work. I'm going to pyramid up to 1 rep max on Mondays. Wednesdays I'm either going to be doing a 5x5, and then the week after I'll do a 3x3, and the week after I'll do 5 sets of 1 of heavy singles. So it's going to be like a 3-week rotation. So then on the 4th week I'll restart again. And then on Fridays I'll be doing max reps at 315. So what I'll be doing every week is increasing the weight that I'm using. So if I get for the 5x5, for instance, the first time I go through this, let's say it's 315. Next time I'll be able to do 325. So it's going to be a linear program. It's going to be slow, but it should see long-term results. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do, is fix my squat, because I've realized that that's probably the issue in my deadlift. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And at the same time, obviously I'm going to be training all my other lifts too, because that's what I care about. But let's fix this problem. And it's frustrating as anything for me, because we all have that one lift. I feel like that just feels like it's never catching up. And my squats come a long way in the past year. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think last spring, my max squat was under 300 pounds. So I've been hammering my squats. But naturally, I've just always been good at deadlifts. So eventually, it's going to catch up to you. You just have to focus on your weak point. So I have to get my squat to 405 in the next month, and then smoke this out and just do squats consistently and do actual volume versus working up to 100 max all the time. Because you know what? I work up to 100 maxes every day, and it doesn't really help with my training at all. It works on bench beautifully. I can go bench, work up to 100 maxes all the time, and it works. So I just need to figure out what's working for my squat, because I've realized that my squat is the reason that my deadlift is stuck at 550 pounds. So hopefully this makes sense. Also, I'm going to work on loosening my glutes and hamstrings, so stretching every day, doing real warm-ups, which I've started doing. So right now, I'm going in the gym, I'm biking for 10 minutes just to warm up, get blood flow in my legs, which I find makes a massive difference. So I don't have like weird shooting pains in my glutes. And then after I get off the bike, I go and foam roll, and then I stretch for 5 minutes. So I take a solid 20 minutes to warm up. But you know what? I have no pain when I'm training. So it's really about just taking care of yourself. I've been abusing my body for a while now, and it's eventually going to catch up with me, and it's starting to catch up with me. So instead of just pushing through it until I tear something, which I don't want to do, because I don't have to be an idiot, I'm just going to train smart. So my deadlifts, I'm not going to be doing a ton of deadlifts in the next little bit. I am going to continue to do heavy pen lay rows, because honestly, if I can get my pen lay row to 450, I know I'll deadlift 600 pounds. Like, logically, that makes sense, I hope, in most people's heads. So I'm going to work towards that, but I'm going to be doing squats 3 days a week and pen lay rows on my back day, because the pen lay rows, honestly, doing super heavy deadlifts with sore legs is messing up my glute as well. So for the next month, I'm just going to do this program, which I just showed you, for squatting, and on back days I'm going to start with heavy pen lay rows and not do any deadlifts. So I'm going to try that for a month. and we're just going to see what happens. So anyway, that being said, I am going to do legs today. I apologize that I haven't had a video for a little bit. I have vlogs that are ready. I just have to finish editing them. So anyway, here's your video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys think of this, and if you guys do heavy pendlay rows, etc. So anyway, I appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you guys soon.